to share my screen. Can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, why isn't it moving forward? Here we go. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go ahead and give the medical disclaimer. The information provided is for educational purposes. It's not intended for medical advice or a substitute for medical advice of a physician or qualified healthcare personnel. We do not aim to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any illness or disease. And you should always consult with your doctor or other healthcare professional for medical advice or information about diagnosis and treatment. Of course, this information in this presentation has not been evaluated by the FDA or any other medical body. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. This is Dr. Dori Narbo, and I'm your host on today's call. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm a clinical researcher and an author of several books. So welcome to the call, everyone. Hello, Clayton.
Happy Tuesday. I'm
Hey.
excited to see what we're doing today.
Oh, yes. Well, so let me just introduce you really quickly for those that don't know you. I'm sure
Please
everybody on
brief.
this. Okay. So Clayton has over 25 years of experience in the health and wellness area industry. And he is an entrepreneur in the healthcare industry, has developed several business models for analytical testing to improve the quality of care by identifying risk factors for diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. So his philosophy is simple: cure the cause. Okay, Tommy, you're up.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Dr. Dory. Hope everyone is doing great. I have to tell you guys a little story because for the last 15, 20 years, I was having a fatty liver and having some small issues with my body. And what happened is that I joined the Root family back in February 4th. And I was starting with a clean slate. I think it was end of February because it took a little time before we got it here to Norway. I had a test in a doctor office where we are testing for something called ALAT and ASAT, and both of them I knew it was red numbers before.
Let me just stop you for a minute because I want them to see what the what they mean. So I made a slide here that shows, like, for the ALAT, which so we have you said the ASAT and the ALAT. So these are two tests. One is to see, like liver, when the liver is injured, this is released in the blood. And then also when the liver is damaged, the ALAT test is when the liver is damaged. That's also releases these enzymes into the blood. So go ahead, continue.
Thank you. And what happened is I started with a clean slate as I said, in the end of February, beginning of March, and I had a test in the doctor office, and it showed that I had, of course, a wrong level when it comes to the ASAT and ALAT. So I continue with the clean slate. I double the doses for almost, I think, about 3 months. I go back in June and had a new test. And I think the test results show itself, if you ask me.
So now we're looking at your ASAT test. And you see here, it was 48. It needs to, and it's already, it was down to 29 after 3 months.
And the green zone is where you're perceived to be acceptable,
the safe,
correct?
Yeah, exactly. Within
safe
this
zone.
The safe zone in the range. So that's really substantial.
So not only did you get into the safe zone, you dropped down to the bottom of it in a hurry.
Correct.
Within
How
3
did you
months.
feel?
I feel great, to be honest, because I have a clean slate to thank. And I also have to add that my wife is using it and my 3 months old child is using it. And I have to say that my wife started the same time as me. So when my son was born, I think he was toxic free. I don't think he have any heavy metals or anything in him. And I think also that it shows that he's a healthy boy, if you ask me.
And you've seen some of the reports. You've had some of the data back on the young one, right? That he's a little more functional than most. You know, when being reviewed by his pediatrician.
Correct. When he had his first 6 weeks checkup with the doctor office and stuff like that, and the healthcare, the lady was saying that he was very strong. He was lifting his head. He likes to stand. He likes to follow what you're doing, and he's looking at you, and that's already after 6 weeks. And she was so amazed how focused he was already at that time that she was wondering what kind of amazing kid this was.
And there's so many key points to that your wife was using this during pregnancy. And is the little guy getting his own drops, or is mama taking her own, and then is he getting it through feeding?
Nope, he's getting one drop every single day.
Happy babies.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about you with your experience, because you said you doubled your dose. And you know, in our groups, we have, I mean, and all throughout Europe, we have people using 2 to 3 drops and getting some pretty significant changes, while others increase their dose and they start to see some really accelerated changes. So what was your experience like from the start up until June, and then with how you're doing now?
I go back to the original amount. I'm down to 10 twice a day. So I'm not taking the double doses anymore, but as I said, I feel great. I'm looking forward to the next time I'm going to the doctor office and giving some blood. I usually don't like to give blood, but this time I'm looking forward to see the next result and how everything is.
Isn't that the fun part of getting healthy though? You get to see the positive aspects of changes taking place. Like, oh, now I'm winning, and it changes the outlook on stuff.
It does. I also dropped 12 kilos, so I don't know if it's thanks to the wife or if it's thanks to Clean Slate.
Oh, absolutely, it's the wife. We know that for sure.
Most likely.
That's losing baby weight, which has never happened before, ever.
True. It's true what they said, that the guys is also gaining when the wife is gaining. So
I told you that.
Yes, you did. I listened to you also.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then I have this last slide up here for you, Tommy, about your ALOT. And so you can see it went from 118 down to 75, not quite yet into the green zone, but I'm hopeful that on the next test that you get, you'll be down again. It's only 5 away. I mean, this is really significant. Look at the drop in 3 months.
Yes.
But the ALOT test, for what it measures, and this is such an important thing for people to understand, not just for liver function, but for every aspect of the body, is that we know the liver has the ability to regenerate, right? Mm-hmm. As does the rest of our system. But you hear a lot of discussions about liver function and repairing or regenerating your liver. He's seeing it. I mean, that's what it's probably a 30% reduction in enzymatic levels. So he's clinically watching initially the removal of what was causing the damage, but then also watching the repair process take place. Mm-hmm. And it's always nice to see clinical data.
Astonishing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tommy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I just ask Tommy something?
Sure.
Obviously, it's a non-alcoholic related problem you had with your liver. Now, I don't touch booze or alcohol at all. I've not touched it for over 20 years. So how do you get a damaged liver to this extent without the alcohol? How was it damaged?
They were saying that I had so much infection in my body because I have a problem with my stomach and those kind of things. So they said that was one of the things that caused it, and of course with all the toxin and everything.
Wow. Okay. I'm just just to press a red, flew up a red flag for me. There I am trying to behave myself and keeping off the alcohol, and all of a sudden, through behaving yourself, you can cause just as much damage, you know. So if that's the choice, where's the wine?
Yep. Well, and this is the important part, right? Of what was the cause? Toxicity.
Yep.
Clean up the mess, everything else. And you got to look at your liver and your kidneys just like muscles, right? They need some work. So if you try to live healthy all the time, your organs are going to get bored. You got to give them some work. So this is water, not vodka. Don't judge me.
And
Yes,
Tommy, you also were on some proton pump inhibitors. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. I eat
Uh-huh.
that every day because of my stomach. I stopped smoking 12 years ago, and after that, my stomach gets very upset, and I have this inflammation in my where the food is going down.
In your esophagus.
So I have cut down. Also, I took 2 tablets in the morning and 1 in the evening. So I cut down on 1 tablet, and I cut down on the other one in the morning. So I only take 1 every day now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Terrific, Tommy.
Thank you.
All right.
Looking
Well,
forward to
thank you.
quit it all.
Thank you so much, Tommy, for your
Thank you.
testimonial. And then we can release you so you can go back to work.
Thank you very
Tommy
much.
laid down the gauntlet. Now, who's got better results than that?
I dare you. Come on. Thank you, guys. I need to run.
Thanks,
Thank you
Tommy.
very much.
Tommy, all the best
Okay.
to you.